What's up, Dragon Slayers? Today's video is about sunlight and why you're probably not getting enough, part 5. Don't forget to like and subscribe because it really helps the channel out. Let's get started. On the AAD's Skin Cancer Prevention webpage, there is no reference to how your diet might be related to your risk of skin cancer. This is an absolute shame. Why is a website seemingly dedicated to skin health passing up on such a wonderful opportunity to educate people on how important a proper diet is in the prevention of skin cancer? Are doctors really so simple minded that they think because the sun shines on the skin, then skin cancer must be the sun's fault? If you built the roof of your house with shoddy materials and it collapsed after a few years, did sun exposure on the roof cause the collapse? Or were the building supplies you used to build the roof to blame? Part of the explanation for this seemingly simple mindedness is how companies make money for preventing skin cancer and how doctors are paid for treating skin cancer. Companies are paid to develop products that block the sun. There are now hundreds of different kinds of sunscreen on the market. The more blockage they provide, which is the higher the SPF, the more that they cost. If a company develops a sunscreen that is better, easier to use, cheaper to purchase, and so on, then the company's profits increase. A company would make very little profit at all by telling people to stop eating junk food. The same concept applies to how doctors are paid to treat and remove skin cancer. Insurance pays a doctor about the same amount for a routine office visit as they pay to remove a non-cancerous skin lesion. For removing a precancerous skin lesion, the doctor is paid roughly twice the amount that it's paid for an office visit. Therefore, just by calling a skin lesion a precancerous lesion, a doctor can double what they are paid to remove it. If a lesion is diagnosed as cancer with or without a pathologist confirming the diagnosis, the doctor is paid anywhere from 4 times the cost of an office visit fee up to many more times that cost to remove said lesion. If the doctor removes a large enough piece of skin, the patient also needs expensive skin grafting procedures to repair and the defect. And of course, that's a whole nother charge altogether. You can easily see how it's in the doctor's financial best interest for your skin lesion to be labeled precancerous or skin cancer. The same doctor who makes the precancerous or skin cancer diagnosis would have been paid very little to counsel you years earlier to avoid eating grains or using vegetable oils in cooking and to include certain vitamins in your diet to prevent skin cancer from ever even starting in the first place. Before you gallantly jump to your doctor's defense and say that they would never stoop so low as to misdiagnose a skin lesion, consider this. The diagnosing of a skin lesion as something worse than it is has become so common that the practice has a name. An article in the British Journal of Dermatology calls this practice diagnostic drift. This article reveals diagnostic drift to be a significant cause of the skin cancer epidemic that we have been hearing about over the past few decades. If a doctor's prestige and income depend upon a skin lesion being cancerous, then more often than not, that lesion will be diagnosed as cancer. Refer to an early video to understand why this is not necessarily caused by dishonesty or some kind of conspiracy. It's just human nature. I know this has given you a lot to think about and to question, and I'm also aware that dermatologists will not be thrilled with Dr. Berry for having spilled the beans on this lie. However, His duty is to his patients and to you, the listener. If he, as other doctors have done in the past, ignored common sense and blamed something as natural as the sun for the skin cancer epidemic, then he'd be part of the problem too. His plan, however, is to be part of the solution, come what may. So that's what I've got for you guys today. Don't forget to like and subscribe because it really helps the channel out. And remember, guys, that together, you and I will slay the dreaded diabetes dragon.